Forest is on the call at this time, and I guess you could tell her pretty much the same.
Yeah.
I'd hate to have you
Hey,
to repeat yourself.
good morning, Sergeant Forrest. How are you?
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, thank you for
Okay.
joining.
Oh, you're welcome. I do apologize. I am um off of work, so I'm joining in from home.
Oh, you're off work today. Well, thank you for making this
I
happen.
work I actually worked last night, so I'm
Oh,
here.
wow. So I don't know if anybody's actually going to join this call, but what I'm saying is that I'd like to make a recording of this and then put it on our website as like public safety tips so that people
Mhm.
can kind of watch it later.
Okay.
And we got a grant from the DC government to have pay for safety ambassadors to roll out a crime camera program and then do tabling, like in DuPont Circle Park where we give out these NPD brochures. And then part of that tabling or public outreach is a video recording of a Zoom call like this today.
Okay. So, quick question for you. I know the last meeting that I was at, you guys were talking about like security. You guys would have, rolled something out where you guys partner with us and wearing like orange shirts or whatever color it may be,
Yeah.
and um partner with
Oh.
us with that. How far did that go?
Yeah, so we got the grant from the Deputy Mayor's Office of Public Safety and Justice, and that I guess was awarded in March, and then officially the guys started March, um, and then they have like orange jackets, but
Mhm.
now that it's warmer, we need to switch to orange vests or something that makes them more visible.
Okay, just make sure it's something that you guys let us know about, that they're out there, that they're doing it, and that we can
Yeah,
actually kind of, know that they're out there, and so that we could partner with them while we're out there also.
yeah. And so they're just safety ambassadors. They're not carrying guns. They're
Oh,
not
of course
training.
not. Of course
Yeah,
not.
yeah, no, no. No, so most days we have 4 people. So it's supposed to be somebody on P Street, somebody near the metro, and then 2 people on Connecticut, or one person on Connecticut. And then the fourth person would be like a roaming person to make sure that everybody's kind of circulating and being visible.
Okay, and what time are they usually out there? The times of
Yeah.
day?
So the person that roams is 3 to 11, and that's Eric Brocksmith. I think you've met him before. And then the other 3 are 5 p.m. to 1 a.m.
Okay. 1 a.m. I'm sorry, I'm writing this down. So you said the 3 to 11 is roaming, and then you have one on the Connecticut corridor.
One on Connecticut Avenue, one at the Metro, and one on P Street.
Metro P Street.
Oh,
Okay, thank you.
sure.
And Bill, we have a foot beat that is over near the metro, and we're going to continue to have that foot beat over in the area, especially just because we want to make sure that our retail establishments aren't really dealing with too many thefts and disorderly conduct and so forth. And then we do have units that patrol that P Street corridor as well, because we have that Whole Foods and we got the CVS there, and
CVS, yes.
so we'll definitely have someone in the area who can partner with the safety ambassador.
Excellent. It really makes a difference when a uniformed officer is around or a cruiser. The visibility makes such a difference for the neighborhood.
I agree. I definitely agree. With the safety measures that you would like us to speak on
Sure.
for the summer, of course, DuPont Circle, there's a lot of establishments, whether it's a nightlife establishment, restaurants, retail, places to stay, and different things like that. And then we have that residential area. My concern and what I would like to have relayed to the citizens is that it is very important to make sure that you're not walking around on your phones, looking down. You have to be cognizant of what's going on around you.
Yes.
And other thing is, even with the AirPods, because in the past we did have some individuals that were stealing, AirPods, headphones, and so on. If you have no AirPods in or headphones on, or if you just have one AirPod in, the one AirPod allows you to be able to still hear what's going on.
Yeah.
Sitting in the vehicles, I work a little bit of all three shifts, and it doesn't matter what shift I'm on. There are people who like to sit in their vehicles, and it may not even be our residents. It could just be some of the Uber drivers or people who are, picking somebody up from work, and they're just in the area, so to speak. But for those people who are, residents and they're stakeholders who are going to get this message, it's important that when we are in these vehicles, that we're not sitting there with those hazard lights on. We're not sitting there with the car running and we're on our phone and we're just not paying attention to things, because it makes them vulnerable to people that are watching, who want to commit a crime, who are looking to steal a vehicle.
Mm.
Years ago, we saw the hop-in stolen autos. That was a big thing throughout the city. And then as things happened to open up after the pandemic, we started to see the carjackings. Our carjackings have trended in a downward slope. It's not where it was in 2022 and 2023. But to aid in curbing this crime, it is important that our people are not sitting in these cars. Sitting in the car for, I say, you sit in the car past 1 minute, and you're just not cognizant of what's going on, you're vulnerable to becoming a victim. And that's not what I want for anyone. So a lot of times I'll pull up beside people and say, hey, let's move out of the area. I don't want you to be sitting in the car not paying attention to what's going on, so to speak. And I've gotten good results from that, because they do go on about their way. This isn't, something where we wanted to start issuing a lot of citations and things of that nature. If they're going out and they're coming, I think I talked to you about this before, if they're going to and from work in some of these areas, if there are people that they can walk with, have a buddy system. It's so that it's more of you walking together. Don't carry items of value and not be cognizant of your area. And if you don't have to have a bunch of things that you're carrying around with you because you're shopping, and you can actually, if I would say, park closer to where you're going to be if you're doing some shopping. And when you're loading your car, to be mindful, looking around and so forth. If you see people that, appear to look like they're casing the area, it's nothing wrong with giving us a call, because it's better for the officers to get in the area and make contact with the individual. And the worst case scenario is that they're not up to anything. But it gives us an opportunity to get to know some of these people in the area and also show that we're present out there. The other thing is with the vehicles, when we're looking at package, or not package stuff, but stuff from autos.
That's a lot. It's huge. Yeah.
Now, when I was looking at patrol service area 208 for the past 30 days, I would say that a lot of the things that Lieutenant Forrest has put into place, she has been putting a lot of different plans in place for the officers to address some of the crimes that she's seeing in real time. And I noticed that her crime is going down. We did have the shooting, of course, and by no means can we control human behavior, but we can put things in place to deter some of this activity, in which, that shooting is still being investigated by our detectives right now, as it relates to the incident that happened at that nightclub. With those theft from autos, her theft from autos have trended downward. And I believe that a lot of people are getting the messaging that we're putting out there of not leaving things of value in the car that can be seen by people. Don't leave your phone, don't leave your laptop, don't even leave an expensive jacket laying in the car, because it will make you vulnerable to someone breaking your window and taking items out of the car. When we're looking at stolen autos, you know, we have that club, that the club that you can put on the steering wheels,
Oh,
the
yes,
wheel lock.
right. Yeah.
You know, we still have that going, and we still encourage people who do not have the air tags and tiles to put those items in the car so that you can track these things in the event that your car is stolen. But it's very important to have some form of a security measure inside of the vehicle. Bobette, did you have anything that you wanted to add to safety, or Bill, did you have any questions, anything that I missed?
Mhm.
Okay, so what I can add also with regards to the businesses, just to make sure that you have a working camera, because a lot of times
Yes.
places and the cameras are not working, we cannot get anything, just to kind of walk around your businesses to see if there's any blind spots, you know, anywhere that's dark, anything that you could probably put a little bit more light, you know, even on the streets with when it comes to whether the businesses or just regular citizens just walking around. If there's somewhere that you guys are walking where it's not like good lighting, we could probably reach out to, you know, call 311, reach out to DDOT to make sure that these areas are lighted. And also if we have like like a lot of shrubberies around that, you know, that would facilitate just people just hiding in the bushes or whatever, make sure that we are giving those things out, because sometimes we think that, okay, this is nothing, but it's really something. Like I spoke before at our last meeting, Bill, with regarding to the doors, making sure that the doors are commercial grade doors,
Yeah.
and also making sure that, you know, the glass, or if it's not regular glass, make sure it's at least plexiglass so that at least it doesn't break as easy.
Hmm.
And so pretty much with regard to that, that's all I have. And um to add on what Commander Harris just command I'm I'm promoting you, Captain Harris. But to piggyback off what she just said, with regards to the theft from autos, another thing that I notice also, sometimes when they leave even their chargers in the car, sometimes people
Yes.
think that, okay, maybe there's a computer somewhere, maybe there's a phone somewhere. So that's another thing that, you know, they could consider to put away or not to leave in there at all. And what else am I missing? Okay, so with regard to the theft from autos, not leaving stuff in their car, that's a big one. Paying attention, making sure that they're having that buddy system going on. If they're going to the clubs, make sure that they have a designated driver, you know, that they're going, you know, that will probably be alert and aware of their surroundings to see what's going on. So that's all I have regarding that, unless, you know, Captain Harris have something else to add or you have any other questions.
I do have one more thing. Just to touch on burglaries. For the residents, what I would say is, I know that this is the time of year that everyone kind of likes to go on vacations, and I recommend that they have alarm systems, working cameras. Their cameras are charged up, because sometimes they have cameras and the cameras are not charged up. So make sure that they're charged up. If you don't have the brochures, Bill, of our Camera Connect, I can drop some Camera Connect brochures off for the citizens to be able to get some of those and learn about how they can get their cameras linked up with the real-time crime center to assist us and assist themselves in the event that something happens.
Yeah,
But also,
can you talk a little bit about that? It's not hard to register, but talk
yeah,
about.
with that Camera Connect, the DC Camera Connect, this actually, excuse me, is going to help our real-time crime center with being able to collect information and video footage if something happens in the area. And we have detectives that need information for their investigations. Now, they do have an option. They have the option to just register and say, hey, I don't want anyone to be able to tap into my camera and live feed. You know how you can authorize someone to be able to tap in whenever they would like to. That's not what this is. That's not what this is. They have an option to say, how they would like to contribute to the real-time crime center. I'm not exactly sure what that registration looks like, which is why I want to drop off those brochures.
Sure.
But the cameras is real. The Camera Connect is really to allow the real-time crime center to know what residents have cameras, where they are, and when things happen, they can reach out to them and ask and request for that video footage to help in the investigation. And what we've seen with the real-time crime center is that having that real-time feed, it prevents the delay of our officers being able to canvass for our suspects and to get the be on the lookout information distributed to everyone in the city when we're canvassing. In the past, what we would do is we get to the scene, we're asking all of these questions to find out, what does this person look like? What did they have on? What direction did they go into? And so on. And this kind of delayed the process of being able to look for the individual. So when our officers get that information out quickly to the real-time crime center, they're immediately, as soon as the call comes out, they're immediately looking for cameras to see if they can locate the suspect and the victim that was going through the event, to put it out there quickly. And we have actually been able to close some robberies and carjackings, shootings, and what have you, because of these technology that is available to the real-time crime center.
That's amazing.
So
yeah.
So if you don't have brochures, Bill, let me know. I will get some brochures down to you because we have a lot of them.
Oh yeah, I'll take 20, and then I've seen the electronic version, and we pushed that out in our last email in I guess that was in the end of April.
Okay.
Yeah, with the electronic link on how to sign up to participate in that camera program.
And the businesses, they have the same option. So when I give it to you, I'm going to give you the small cards and the larger ones.
Yeah, great.
Businesses can have it, the residents can get it. And it's optional for them to do, but I recommend that if they would like to help us with combating this crime, this will be something that will be of great benefit.
Yeah.
And just circle back on that burglary thing. For the residents when they go out of town, I think that it's very important to maybe have the post office hold their mail, especially if
that's
they're
a good one.
Because having your mail sticking out the mailbox, packages being left, and so forth, that is going to let someone know that you're not home.
Yep.
Make sure the windows are locked. And the other option, if you don't want to have the post office hold your mail, have one of your neighbors that you trust to go grab your mail and hold it till you come back.
Yep. Easy to do.
We want to limit the telltale signs.
Yeah. Good. Great tips. People forget that these tips are signals to people who are watching.
Mm-hmm. That's very true. I can't think of any more tips right now that I can think of.
Well, I appreciate all your thoughts and your time today. We're going to take this recording and put it up on the BID website. And then I'm going to try to download some of these brochures and put those up on our website too, so the public can access things like theft and pickpocketing prevention, protecting your vehicle like we talked about, guarding against robbery, burglary prevention, and then this great security camera program that you all have where MPD can access footage or photos, which seems to be working so well. And of course, crime is down in the neighborhood. So thank you very much for all that. We really appreciate you working so hard and working so smart. It's a new world, and people are taking advantage of people that are not really thinking. And MPD is really kind of on the cusp of what's happening. So I really appreciate you being thoughtful and smart about things.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
You, Bill.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you for everything. All right. Have a great day.
Hey, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.